everyone for this opportunity. As I said, I'm homegrown, and this race is personal to me because this is my community. These are my family, my friends, my colleagues, my neighbors. So for me, when I campaign, when I knock doors, it is about all of us. And we are at such a pivotal moment because, as I've said, our freedoms are at risk of being taken away. Certain freedoms that I, as a 40-year-old Black woman, have had my entire life are now threatened. I don't want my son to have fewer freedoms than I have. And the only way to do that is to make sure that we have Democrats in office who are fighting for our best interest and legislating for us all, not just for the few. So again, I am knocking doors every day. I am on the phone when the weather is bad, as it was this past weekend. And what I'm hearing is that people are ready. People are ready for true representative government. And that means you have someone who not just looks like you, but has your lived experience. And I'm so excited to be that representative for my district and House District 82.
So I'll go next so the great delegate can close us up. Well, what I will say is for House District 97 is that it's an incredible privilege to run to represent like many on here, the same community that I grew up in. But it's also, this is my second service, for serving for 20 years, for serving all around the world, to come back home and then to see that the same rights that you fought for, that you gave up so much of your personal life, to come back home and see that those rights are now being taken away, is incredibly disturbing. And so we know we have the message that we are trying to protect freedom. And like Kim said, we are trying to protect freedom. We're not the party that's trying to take away your personal freedom for healthcare, your personal freedom to make sure that you have the right to vote, and the freedom to go to school as a child and not fear from gun violence. That is what we are trying. That is what the Democrats are in here in Virginia, across the Commonwealth, are trying to ensure. And we know we have a winning message. We have great resources. And on November 7th, if we continue the same work of getting out there, talking to voters, listening to their concerns, and addressing them, we know on November 7th, I think that we'll be victorious.
Great. Delegate?
I'll just wrap up by again thanking everybody for joining us, and I would be absolutely honored to be serving with Kim and Michael here in the legislature. I'm just going to bring it back to where I came from and where I come from now. Raised with a family of teachers. My dad directed me towards law school, and then I got into the technology world. So I've been a small business entrepreneur, and I get a lot of questions around where to focus on things and why I'm here, why I'm running for this. There's certainly an easier path out there for all of us. This legislative thing and election thing is definitely a grind. But to me, it just all really comes back. If I had to put it on one thing, it just comes back to our kids, education, the educational environment. We've got to fund the schools. We've got to take care of our teachers with salaries, support them with support staff, with counselors. And then, as we've been talking, provide a safe environment. I mean, how can we expect our kids to learn when their lives are literally a threat? I didn't think about things like that when I was a kid. I thought about a lot of other things in school, but I certainly wasn't worried, fearing for my life. And that's the environment our kids are living in today, and that's just wrong. And I think people ask me why I'm still doing this, and that's why I can't live with that not being addressed. And I'd like to get back to more proactively make the school safe, and then really focus on raising the levels of education, expanding early childhood. We've done a little bit of that. We need to do more, but it's basically providing an environment where those kids are going to do well, because if they do well, they're going to become great workers. They're going to work for companies like mine and others and support this Virginia small business economy in particular. And that makes the whole thing work. So I think that's why all of us are here, and we're going to keep at it. We really are, because the stakes are so high.
Great. Thank you all for joining us.